So this is where we started out with just the rough sketch based on what the author had asked for, and once he'd approved the sketch I imported it into my Photoshop and started adding just some very basic layers of colour in order to get a rough idea of what the colours were going to be. Started putting in a little bit of detail, a little bit of depth, some shadows, and trying to keep the colours on the Roman soldiers fairly historically correct. And as you see, in the beginning the colours are just very one-dimensional, there's no depth, but as we go along, just adding more and more, layer upon layer of depth and colour. There we go, suddenly the guards come to life with just a bit more detail. Start to put, that's the banner that will go in once the book is actually published, so just test that to make sure there's enough space in the sky above. And start to put in a bit more details on the guys at the front there, and a little bit of a filter to mute the colours, because I tend to draw and paint in very bright colours. As you can see, that's the original, and then adding a filter just to mute it down, because let's face it, it's not a kid's book and it kind of looks like a kid's book or a page out of a graphic novel with the brighter colours. So you just add a little bit of a muting filter just to tone it down a bit, make it a little bit less sort of bright, and so far I think I'm pretty happy with it. The final cover will come out soon with the name Nights in the Past by author John P Logsdon, and I highly recommend that you give it a read.